Hello, Internet, and welcome to Neon Souls Season 4. Hi, everyone out there, and welcome. This is the first episode of our new mini-series, and I say that fully intending for it to stay a mini-series this time. Neon Souls. Welcome. We're here to play Star Wars 5th Edition, or a version of it, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're joining us for this and you haven't enjoyed, and you're looking at the screen, you're saying Season 4. Oh God, I need to go back and do something else because I've never done this before. You don't have to do that. Please stick around. Neon Souls was an ongoing campaign that I ran for what felt like an eternity, where it was started off as a cyberpunk game where we played the Sprawl, and then it turned into kind of a sci-fi cyberpunk game where we played Fate. And then we moved on to playing more Fate. I think we played a bunch of different systems. It eventually kind of expanded out into more sci-fi. So this is a mostly entirely new cast with the exception of Van, and this is taking place in a completely different version of that universe that is expanded out to be completely kind of Star Wars, Dune. It still has some cyberpunk in there, but we're getting into that science fantasy section. So I am sorry, I was just looking at the chat. We have issues with our chat
commands aren't working, but that's
oh,
okay.
Darn.
I was halfway working on that and halfway trying to remember the name of the game we played during the first season. It was the Sprawl.
Yeah, it was the Sprawl.
And that
oh
game
no, we
rules.
played the second one. We didn't play Fate. We played Cypher.
Yes.
We played Cypher, and then we moved to play.
Cypher.
Then we played Fate, I think. But yeah, that's this is going to be entirely different. This is going to be much more sci-fi, science fantasy in nature, and entirely different characters, entirely different story. Maybe there will be some references back to the source material because I couldn't help myself, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We are playing the Star Wars 5th Edition system, but we are really not big Star Wars people as a group. I just liked the system for a sci-fi setting.
Nothing against Star Wars, but there will
Nothing
be very
against
little
Mr. Star and his
Star
wars
in this.
Yeah. Nothing against Mr. Star and his wars, but I don't know much about them. I've seen the movies. Some of them are good, some of them not so good.
Don't say
probably
which
not
ones.
Probably not the ones you're thinking,
Don't
though.
say which ones, or we'll have to cancel the show.
Yeah. Love the prequels. But yeah, the I mean, they are objectively good. Anyway, we're going to be having fun here today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Huh?
I was just saying things I know that are in the prequels that I like.
Oh yeah.
And I
Darth
settled
Maul,
on Darth
yeah.
Maul and young Ewan McGregor. Both objectively good things.
We should actually play this game, though. Announcements for the channel. This is a Wednesday, so I'm trying to do the math in my brain. Our next regular scheduled live stream will be on Saturday. We'll be returning with Strixhaven, or what the artist formerly known as Strixhaven. I don't know if it's here, Queer Chronicles of the Queer, the hardest show name to say in the universe.
The Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven
Quartet is what we're going back to after we had
Dan's never had a problem with it, I'm just saying.
Well, I made it
up. Well, wait till I get to the names that I have created here today.
I can't wait to meet my favorite alien buddy, Steven.
Yeah. Join us for that on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. No.
11 o'clock.
11 Eastern time. Oh boy.
Is it that it's Wednesday that's really fucking it up.
It's Wednesday. That's really fucking me up here today. So it's gonna take a few weeks to get used to. I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking here for a second so I can recollect myself, and I'm gonna let my lovely players here introduce themselves. They can talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and of course, a little bit about who they're playing tonight. Not full character descriptions, but class, race, that kind of stuff. I don't know who goes first.
You know it's me.
Okay.
I copy
First
all
is
of our
Van.
other templates, so you and me are always in the same place.
Okay, cool. Van, you're up.
That is why efficiency is my middle name. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van, but Wilder pretty much wherever you can find people on the internets. Mostly, I'm hanging out in our Discord, which I would link to, but the chatbot won't work. But it's on our Twitch page. Just click on the big word that says Discord. You can join it. And I stream on Twitch several times a week. You can find me here twice on Saturdays and now on Mondays and Wednesdays. Playing or running games. I run Dungeons and Dragons, good old regular 5th edition on Saturday mornings. And yeah, we just finished The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and that's very fun, and we had a great time. This week we're gonna do a little bit of an interlude, and then we're gonna get into our first high-level adventure, which is gonna be some of the Candlekeep mysteries that I'm very excited about. And then also, very exciting, join us for a fun surprise on Saturday. An old friend of the group is going to be joining us again for more adventures. Come hang out. And then I'm also on Sunday nights on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly playing Dungeons & Dragons, because Playthings of the Gods is back. But tonight, not doing any of that. I am playing Shiiro Anside Bali. Shiiro, to his friends, who is a Nautilin operative of the Beguiler persuasion. Rachel goes next.
Thank you, man. Rach, you're up.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel Elizabeth, or Rachel Elizabeth with a Z in the middle instead of an S. I'm on the aforementioned LB Hack'em channel on Sundays playing some D&D at 5e. I'm also here on Saturdays playing some more D&D at 5e. And now I'm here on Wednesdays playing Star Wars 5e. So you can say I have a type. And today I am playing Nerin Ultra, who is a Zeltron monk of the Night Sister Order.
And lastly, but certainly not least, is Sita.
Internet. Hi, Mom? I don't know. I told her about the series. She'll probably watch it. Hi, Mom. It's me. It's Sita. You can find me at most places on the internet at Mr. Wilt. Go ahead and send me a message or 5. I don't know. The internet. I'm still recovering from the social media thing. If you really want to talk to me, though, join me here in the Discord or in the chats here on Twitch, and we'll have a great time. I love these games. You can find me every Monday playing in the aforementioned Red Jenny group. Come this week. It's going to be interesting. And I'm happy to join this game tonight, playing a thing found in a strange container marked X008, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
A friend, if you will.
A friend. Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me in the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. I run 3 games on this channel currently. In this one, I run a game on Saturday afternoons called Hearts of Stone, and then on Mondays I normally run a game called Red Jenny. You can come join us for those. We play Blades in the Dark in the former, and the Dragon Age TTRPG in the latter. That was the most complicated way to do that, but you should join us for both of those streams at their scheduled times, except for this next Monday. I won't be running again. Cito will be running it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone's feeling better. All right, well, might as well do this. Are you ready to get started?
Let's play Star Wars.
Let's have a war in the stars.
Let's play
Sam.
Stars War.
Stars War.
A war among the stars. Are we doing a war?
Hopefully,
I think
not.
we're getting
Guess I'll see
involved in
what
a
you
war.
do.
Aren't we always?
It's either that or crime.
Some would say they're the same thing.
Flirting.
I'm going to go ahead and start us now.
That's not a crime.
A long time. Nope, we're not going to do that. Space. The final. Nope, not going to do that either. Fuck it. The blue sands of Borea 3 swell in the throes of a storm as red lightning weaves in an intricate pattern across the silent sky. 5 rust-colored magbites idle outside a squat concrete bunker half buried in the sands, a relic of long abandoned research outpost. Inside, the reinforced concrete barricades hum with the assailing winds, but the room is otherwise still. Weathered Gentech branding remains the only significant signifier of equipment that has long been stripped from the small outpost. Lab tables pushed against the walls clear the center of the room, where a thin man dressed in a shimmering lizard skin suit brushes blue sand from the folds of his clothes sits. Flanking him to either side, 5 muscle-bound figures in battle-scarred armor growl amongst themselves in conversation, their bodies coated in thick black fur, boar-like faces locked in snarls. "So," the man says, "I hope your arrival was uneventful." He addresses the 2 figures sitting across the table. "I would like for Van, you to introduce your character to us."
Me?
Yes, you are first.
Okay.
You find yourself sitting in this room across from this man. Let's do descriptions, and then I'll tell you why you're here.
Yeah. Shiro Anside Bali is his name. Shiro to his friends, of which he believes he has many. Shiro is a nautilin, which are an amphibious species of folks. He loves to be in the water, loves to swim. Actually spent the first couple of years of his life as a little tadpole, and then grew into the man you see before you today. He is tall, probably 6'1", 6'2", and lean, muscular, red skin with sort of like some lighter red and pink stripes across it. These large, like long tentacles that essentially look like hair running, sort of all brushed back away from his face and running down his back. And yeah, he wears like tall boots, sort of leather pants, and a blue vest, no shirt underneath, totally ripped, with several knives and weapons sort of strapped to various parts of him, and a blaster pistol at his side. And he sort of is sitting back. We're sitting at a table.
Yes, you were sitting across the table from this man.
Yeah, and he's sitting back, sort of long legs, boots kicked up on the table, like leaning back in the chair, just kind of vaguely smirking at everyone.
Okay. Pivoting to the side, sitting next to Shiro, will you describe your character to us, Rachel?
Sitting there is a 5'8", 5'9". She's got pale pink skin, with bright red hair, a light dusting of freckles. She's high cheekbones and a near permanent sexy smirk. She's curvy but strong, and wearing something that could be described as revealing and strappy. She is a Zeltron, as is their usual MO. She's not wearing armor, and she has a ornate sword strapped to her side, and some big, thick, like black heeled boots that she's got kicked up.
Perfect. Sitting across from you at this table right now is a man that you know as Mr. Liu. As I describe, is wearing a lizard skin, like a very nice, like very kind of flamboyant lizard skin suit. Looks much too nice for the harsh desert environment that you find yourselves in right now. And flanking him are 5 Swinen Raiders, which are like a race of kind of boar folk, which are usually operate as like mercenaries and muscle for hire. You have been tasked and been sent here by your employer, Taro Tar, a kind of a fixer, a connector, a broker. Specifically has sent you here to procure to buy off Mr. Liu here several crates of Vibe. Vibe is a drug that produces a hallucinogenic and oracular effect. You have been given 10,000 credits to negotiate the purchase of this Vibe off of this fellow, and anything you don't spend in negotiations is yours to keep, along with another 5,000 credits you've been promised in pay on the back end of this deal. But yeah, you're sitting here on Borea 3, a Gentech owned planet in the Brolock system, which is a Gentech controlled system utilized in a lot of they're like terraformed planets with extreme conditions that they use in manufacturing designer life forms, and utilize these plants to kind of stress test them. So you're currently here to buy this off of him. Mr. Liu sits across from you, obviously kind of like uncomfortable, but trying his best to put on to make himself seem in control. And says, well, Tarota advised me that he had an unconventional negotiator being sent. I'd say the two of you are not what I expected, but I have the goods on hand, and gestures back past the swine end to his right. Behind them, you see several crates of what you can assume is Vibe. You see a nice Gentech logo plastered on the side of the crates, and he says, "I trust we can begin negotiations now, if you've been given authority to do so."
Of course.
Right. Well, I will accept no less than 12,000 credits for the lot.
That's funny.
Is it now?
Oh, extremely.
I don't find this funny at all.
No, I doubt you find much funny. For that amount, 6 at best.
Looks to the swine and raider, who's completely just unflapping, doesn't goes to laugh and doesn't laugh, and kind of looks around and then that's far too low. Preposterous, ridiculous, unthinkable, unfathomable. No.
All right, meet me somewhere then.
I'm gonna go ahead and have you make a I guess a persuasion.
Would love
check.
to make a persuasion
I
check.
was gonna say.
Very nice. So I'm just already looking in do I have anything for this? So many. Is this nope, that's for insight. Nope, that's for attacking. Don't okay.
Yes, I got
It's fine. I've got a +9 to persuasion.
at level 5.
Oh, that's not
Crazy.
even my highest stat, baby.
Yeah, this system's broken, y'all. For anyone out there watching.
How does a 23 hit ya?
Holy shit.
+9. I made him listen. I say this over and over again. I've got one thing.
23, he looks at you you seeming casual, unflinching, still with your feet kicked up on the table,
Oh, yeah,
acting like this
just
is no
very-
big deal to you. And I think that
Extra
throws
out.
him. Yeah, it throws them off that you seem absolutely unconcerned with whether this deal goes through or not. And you can see him begin to sweat a little bit. And he thinks for a moment. He looks back at the crates and back at you, and he says, all right, counter offer. 8,000 credits. Meet me in the middle, and I'll throw in this. And he snaps his fingers and he says, Gren, retrieve the other thing over there.
I'm sorry, is
and
his
to-
name Vor?
two of them. One of those, the swine raiders you were introduced to. There's Brot, Vor, Gren, Swam, and Frank.
Excellent.
Frank is spelled with a PH.
Oh yeah, because he's cool. He's Frank but cool.
Yeah, because he's space.
Space
Oh.
Frank.
Frank.
Space Frank.
One of them's not named like Jizz.
No, you haven't met Jizz yet.
Damn it.
Motions the two of the swine. They move to the back, and the two of them heft up this this sphere, this pod in the back. And they move it towards the table and kind of drop it down top. It seems pretty hefty. For the two of them have to carry. To have to carry it. You can see some sort of locked like containment pod, perfectly spherical, has a Gentech logo on the side, and it has a alphanumeric designation above it, and it says sample sample X-008.
What if I just said no? No, I don't want it.
That would definitely make things complicated.
You know I had to.
Hint, hint. This is your third party member.
I know them. I look still very casual, but I'm gonna sort of like side-eye Nerin a little bit to see if she has any fucking idea what this is. Because I think she's smarter than me.
Don't count on it. You know how you have one thing? I also have one thing.
One thing is, does it happen to be intelligence?
It's not intelligence, nor is it wisdom, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I
kinda
would
You just
say
give you like the
one of
slightest shrug.
if somebody
like one
wants to make a
shoulder.
check, you could do I'd allow a lore or a investigation. Either one of those, I think, would be
Is it animal handling?
no.
Damn it.
We don't know there's a living creature in there yet.
don't know.
Yeah. Sure,
And
why
one
not?
of you, you could give it one of you could give the help action and have them give it.
What's
have 'em
your-
do it with advantage.
What's your lore and investigation?
1 and 1.
Oh, me too. I did the last
I'll
one, you
I'll
did this one.
help.
Oh, you want to help?
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll help because wait, hold on. Can I do something with my pheromones to help? Oh no, that's just for persuasion. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I was reading it. No, I'm just
I think that should help.
They
'cause my
start to smell
tentacles-
smarter.
Well, my tentacles make me really good at smelling. Does that? Am I like calmed?
No,
I feel,
again,
like,
this
super
isn't.
confident.
There's no smell coming out. Unless you're saying to help, like you use your pheromones to provide assistance to give the help action.
well, yeah, but I can only use my pheromones to influence individuals,
No, that's fine.
so it's only for persuasion checks.
Okay. So I can roll with advantage.
Yes.
All right. Oh well, that's not very good. That's the same number. 6.
6. It's definitely some kind of 3-dimensional circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But do I not know the
Correct
word
me.
for
I
sphere?
believe those. Yeah, there's a word for that.
It's like a
Sphere. That comes to you on a
Like a-
6. That comes to you.
I need Death Star.
No, you know this is definitely some kind of. I give you on a 6. You know this is probably some kind of sample containment pod.
Okay.
What's inside of it? Anyone's guess. This is
Cool.
it's a mystery ball.
Great. I mean, I
It's ours
hate-
now.
Yeah, that's ours now. I hate to keep hogging the spotlight. Shiro doesn't, but I do. Can I the vibe? That's what it's called. Vibe.
Yes.
Does it have a smell, like a distinct smell?
Can we cocaine test it?
Oh, you want to like
No?
you want to like sample the or check
Well,
the
because I
merchandise?
specifically get
Vibe does have a smell. It does have an odor. It actually has a kind of like it has a very strong smell that like almost comes off as like a gas or like a methane at first, and then it like immediately gets into like like as soon as you smell it, it like has like an acrid and then border and then like transitions to something like sweet at the end. It's but you would know it's a gas, so it would be, if you can smell it, that means it's leaking. So you would have to ask
okay.
to like check it.
Okay, so I can't like do a great sniff and be like, oh, there's actually as much as he says isn't there.
If that worked, it would be bad for everyone in the room.
Okay, you know what? I still am glad I asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't smell it though. You could ask though if you want to check.
Is there a way to verify how much is in these crates?
Yeah, I'm about to ask him to open it.
Go for
Unless you want to do something shady.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
All right.
I mean, I guess I could sleight of hand something, but I'll wait.
Tell you what. It would be... I'd be making this deal in bad faith if we didn't confirm what's in the crates and that the amount is correct and everything. So, a tentative agreement. Throw in the orb. But we need to take a look at the vibe.
Thinks for a moment, and then gives a nod and says, "Right. All right. This way then," and stands up from the table, moving over to the crates. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. You do. You head around to the back of the room where these crates are stacked, and he moves over. There is like a lock on them that has like a passcode. He types in the numbers and it unlocks. He pushes it open, and you see inside a few dozen of like cylinders, like gas canisters almost. And there are some like warning labels on them and such, but you would know just based on this, like Vibe is a street name for a byproduct of elatium mining, elatium being a fuel, a metal based, an ore that is mined and used for fuel. So given everything has like a Gentech logo, you can probably intuit that these are these samples. This Vibe has probably been stolen from a Gentech facility that was mining elatium, or it had purchased the elatium, but the only way to know for sure what's in it would be to open one of the canisters up, take a little sniff.
Does he seem amenable to this?
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
seem
like-
to stop you. This is pretty well. Make an inside check for me.
Great. Does it? Wait, hold on. I have something for this too. He's within 10 feet of me.
Yeah.
I get advantage because of the tentacles.
Okay.
To say otherwise, I also had advantage because of natural empathy.
Y'all are.
That is it's
y'all are
literally the
so
same thing I have.
similar.
It's called
Yeah.
natural empathy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Y'all chose
can
like
both do it.
just two variations of the same. Y'all are too similar. I
Yeah.
love it.
Come try the drugs with me. We can both do it.
Yeah, let's try the drugs.
Oh, that's really good. That's not, but that's okay.
That's terrible. That's a 12.
22.
You
Oh,
win.
what?
22.
22. Nerin, you're too distracted by this orb. You're
Sorry,
not sure
24.
why. Something about this orb is just calling to you. And so you're having a hard time focusing on this dude. Shiro, kind of using your natural ability to kind of pick up like cues. Like, what do you think that like the natural empathy looks like? Is it like, are you reading like psychic waves, or is
Well,
it more of like
so
natural, like, you know, heartbeat, pulse, like
no,
blood
so
pressure,
it's
that kind of
a
stuff?
lot of it is about like because the Nautilin tentacles, like the way that even like the Nautilin language works and stuff, like a lot of it is based in pheromones and is based in like the energy that other beings are giving off that the tentacles
Uh-huh.
can then like pick up to sort of like augment his perception of what's
Okay.
happening. So like if you're like sweating and like nervous, like he's gonna get
So,
that if like, you know,
okay.
stuff like that.
So you definitely pick up this guy, like he's definitely nervous. Though it doesn't seem to be nervous, like he's not more or less nervous, like showing you the materials, or like that, you know, you're not getting like the vibe, no pun intended, that he
No, we're
is
getting the
trying,
vibe.
that he is, that this isn't what he thinks, but you're getting a couple things. This man has never sold drugs in his life. You doubt he's ever done drugs. This is probably the first crime he's ever done, and it shows. If
Baby's first
anything,
crime.
yeah, if anything,
that's
like
sweet.
you can tell, like based on his posture, his clothing, everything else, he's probably like a former like corpo like employee or something that maybe like swiped this stuff and was trying to steal it. But as you're going over to check this stuff, like he's more giving off the vibes of like curiosity, like, you
Oh,
know,
he's like
how
taking notes from us on like how to do
yeah,
a crime.
yeah, essentially.
I can
Good thing we're
respect that.
experts.
Listen, every
start somewhere.
criminal had to do their first crime.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He's just a late bloomer. That's fine.
uh
All right, I'm gonna sniff some drugs.
Sniff some drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. um you how big of a hit are you taking? A full hit, or are you just smelling a little?
No. Well, see, I have this ability called acute smell.
Okay.
So
So
I
you could let
imagine it
out like a
doesn't
little
take
bit
a
of it.
whole lot.
And
Yeah.
okay, but not enough to actually like get high. Because I have mechanics I did pull up for what happens if you take some vibe.
No, because we got to do the rest of the deal. I'll get high later. The canister that's already open, I'm keeping.
Yeah. Okay. You take the canister. You kind of like you like twist the nozzle a little bit just to let out a
In
tiny
my
amount.
brain, it just looks like those like helium canisters that you fill the balloons.
Yeah. Do you think has Shiro
It's like a little nitrous canister.
Yeah.
has Shiro done
For
vibe
whippets.
before? Does Shiro has like knowledge of it?
I
Or-
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he dabbles in. I think he thinks it's irresponsible to engage in deals buying and selling things that he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
So he does drugs.
Yeah.
Fair.
Again, vibes pretty sweet.
Vibe check.
Yeah. But you Encore, you get that, and it's a familiar sound. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You are familiar enough with it that you know that this is the real thing. In fact, this is probably better quality than anything you've like had before, because this is like pure vibe. It hasn't been cut with anything. Like it's usually like cut with like nitrogen or something to like dilute the effects,
Sure.
or to like be able to sell more of it. So a lot of people selling it will do that. But yeah, this is
He really
Pure
is a
vibe.
baby criminal. He hasn't even cut it yet.
What's the name of the guy we're working for again?
Mr. Lu. Oh, the guy you're working for, Taro Tar.
I think Taro will be pleased with that.
I should spell. It's TARO hyphen TAR.
All right, Lou. Vibe. The orb. 75. You've got a deal.
Make a persuasion check for me again.
Get him.
Big number. Ooh, that's 17 plus 9. 26.
God damn. He says,
We had 10,000 to work with.
yeah.
Yeah. 75. And we'll call it a day.
You drive a hard bargain, but, deal. Holds out his hand to shake yours.
Shake his hand.
All right. We'll get you set up on our transports, and once I have the creds, you'll be good to go.
All right.
So he nods to the swine, and they begin to load up the. You have some. There's like a small like mag transport outside. A little shuttle that he loads it all up onto. Too big to fit on your ship, but at least help you get back to it. And you transfer the credits to him. All right. Credits come through. Looks to confirm.
Leaving us with 2,500.
Leaves you 25. While all of that is going on, Nerin.
Yes, Nerin.
Nerin, what have you been doing with the orb?
Just holding it. It's like not. It's big enough that I can just like hold it under my arm, right?
It's a bit heavy. What's your strength?
How
Not strong. 8.
how big is orb? Like what? It's like a
what is
basketball.
orb size?
Like
I was imagining like a planter vase, like a kind of like about that big.
like a target ball.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
like the big red balls outside Target.
Yeah, not that big. Halfway between that and a basketball.
I see.
That's a bit heavy. They'll move it for you if you want. I just
Yeah,
didn't know if
we'll
you
just
wanted
put it
to
on the transport as well.
Open it or look at it or anything yet.
Nope, we're gonna deal with that in the comfort of our own ship.
Okay. You're loading everything up, and everything is about set. Credits transferred. Mr. Liu looks at you and says, "All right. Pleasure doing business with the two of you. Let Tar know that if I have anything else in the future, I will reach out."
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that.
At that moment, the two of you begin to hear, and I think this one and like perk up a little bit and look out, and you hear as you hear a loud noise of a ship coming into atmosphere, and you see a large like Nerin Gamma class Corvette entering atmosphere, and immediately like across all your transponders that you have, all your communication devices, you hear a voice. "This is Varden Dusk of House Leobannerin. I need all of you to drop your weapons at once and surrender your cargo. I will not request again. Do you comply?" You see immediately the swine raiders like pull out their weapons. Mr. Liu looks around and says, "What's going on? Is this you? Were you followed here?"
The first timer asks us if we were followed here, right? You all have a pleasant journey. We're gonna skedaddle.
All of the stuff is on our ship, correct?
It's on your ship. It's on this transport. You're about like a kilometer away from your ship right now, which is kind of like parked on the dune. It's sitting on the dunes, like just away from the this research facility.
What do you say we put
Follow
this
the
baby into hyperdrive?
So you begin to
Zoom.
I'm not the
you get-
pilot. I just say
All right.
things like hyperdrive.
The two
Pretending
of
I know
you
what
get
they mean.
onto you so do you ping the ship? You
Yes,
send a
ping the
transporter
ship to meet us as
to
we
your
were
ship
zooming towards it. Correct.
your ship AI. What I will tell you, so you hit the ship's the button for the ship's AI, which you immediately hear the ship beginning to come to life, and you hear a voice through your. Oh God, I was trying to pull up the name because that was the one thing I forgot to add to my notes.
BR4.
BR4. You hear B coming through your communication. Your transponder says, "Well, hi there, sugars. How we doing? Everything go all right?"
Not really, B. We need to pick up.
I'm noticing a House Leo Bannerin ship entering Atmo. We looking for a hot exit?
Every time.
Well, all right now. I'll go ahead and get everything warmed up for you as soon as you get here. We should be good to go.
Can I answer
Zoom.
what's his face? What was his name?
Mr. Lou?
No, the guy that came over the comms
Oh,
and said
Varden
Dr. Evans.
Dusk. Yeah.
Varden Dusk. I'll answer him.
Okay. You begin because you've got on your ships, and as you're like tearing off across the sands, you see the ship which you have been which was hailed to you shoot, I didn't link that one. I'm using a new note-taking thing for everyone out there. I'm getting used to it. The Nitrum is the name of the vessel, this Corvette class, and you begin to see these like the ship like its auxiliary thrusters like kicking on as it begins to hover down to Atmo. It's like, like a few miles above you in the sky, but getting larger by the second. You begin to see like weapon turrets like dismount, like opening, like spinning to life around the edge of the ship. You hail back to the Nitrum.
10 for their good buddies on the Nitrum. We are weaponless down here. Well, a couple of us are. We are just gonna get back to our little transport ship and let you deal with the clear criminals we have run into. Lou is the name you want, Mr. Lou, Captain Lou.
You
I'd
hear
watch out
clicking
for
on the
that one.
transponder. That is a lie. There is no one by that name here. We are not the criminals you're looking for. That would be them. They have the vibe. You scan them right now.
Oh, I mean, we'd certainly have a vibe going, but I'm not the one with a bunch of poor folk pulling guns on a big spaceship, so have fun, see you later, do your arrest or your murder,
Make a
or whatever it
deception
is you
check.
want to do, and we'll be going on our merry way.
Make a deception check.
You're
for
in
me.
luck, my deception is also +9.
Oh my god.
We do one thing.
I do one
You
thing,
did one
okay?
thing.
19.
19. I'm gonna make an insight check for Mr. Dusk here. Captain Dusk.
Hopefully,
That was
Dusk
a
only does one
17
thing.
on the die.
Oh, cheapers.
You hear the voice come through. It says, "All right, we're just gonna sort this out from the wreckage. Open fire!" And you begin to see the weapons just begin to shoot out. You see the sand begin to explode as lasers are fired down from the sky at you.
He really said, "Let God sort him out."
All right. I'm gonna need you to make a. Who's steering this thing? Who's piloting this ship?
Oh,
I
that's
assume
Nerin.
That
was
would be me.
Top to bottom, yeah.
Nerin. All right.
I'm just talking on the radio.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, or I guess you can either do that or a piloting check. I'll say either one.
I'll just do the Dex saving throw because I'm pretty sure it's like the same
Proficiency plus.
thing.
I think piloting is intelligence. So if your dex is in your intelligence, are the same. That's probably.
Piloting
No.
is intelligence, yeah.
Yep. I would rather make a Dex saving throw, but if I've
Go
got to
ahead.
do that, if we got to
No,
do the
dexterity
intelligence,
is
I will.
fine. That's fine.
That is going to be. That's a 14. It's not great.
14.
My dice are betraying me
It's
tonight.
average. It's average D&D numbers.
Let me check. What was the DC I set on this? 14 is not enough. You try to steer out of the way. You're getting close to the ship. Then suddenly, it doesn't it's not a direct impact, but it hits the hits the stand close enough that your ship kind of rocks to the side. Everything's thrown around. You watch as the crates of vibe begin to kind of tilt a bit, and that sphere kind of begins to roll to the side of the platform.
All right, Nerin, let's get it together.
B, change of plans. Give us a pickup.
She says, I'm working as hard as I can, honey. This thing doesn't start just on a dime here. We're working on it, but I'll try to get there as soon as I can. Do you do anything to stabilize your cargo?
Everything's like probably strapped down, right?
Probably some. I would say actually the crates probably were, but the sphere was not.
You're driving. I'll grab this.
Okay.
Sphere.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't think I could do both.
I think I might be a little stronger than you.
I think so, because I'm 8.
11. Woo,
What'd you
not bad.
roll?
No, I was saying my
an
strength is an 11.
Make an athletics check for me.
Oh yeah, this is just a straight roll. All right. What if I also had a +9 to athletics?
That'd be crazy. You just have +9s to
I'd be
everything.
cheating. That's a 17, baby, on the dice. Let's go.
17. Damn.
We're saving
okay.
this damn sphere.
You grab onto it. It's heavy. It's got a lot of inertia. You gotta hold
Shit.
it and pull.
What is in here?
It manages to stay in place. This transport is not meant to take this kind of impact. Is struggling. You begin to see your ship now hovering up over the dune. This is a weird time for it. But what does your ship look like?
Like if a Stingray was a spaceship.
Yeah, it's very sleek. It's got that stealth paint, so it's all like blacks and browns, I imagine, and like sandy colors kind of thrown in there. But yeah, it's got the like manta ray wings and little tail.
Okay.
It's
you
built
can see
for speed.
You can see it begins to pivot in the air. Your AI B making a maneuver to open up the cargo hold and kind of pivot the ship so that you can get the this small transport shuttle straight up to it. I'm gonna need one more piloting check from Nerin.
Okay. That is going to be a 17.
17. You avoid some more fires hitting the sand around you, blue sand raining down all around you. Luckily, it does provide enough of a cover here, so trying to fire at you to get you up to the ship's the ship clearly as you finally make your way to the Velvet Luster. The bay doors open. You pull off a maneuver, kind of like pivoting
Drift.
you drift the cargo shuttle around so that its back faces the cargo hold, and you begin to quickly like throw these crates into the ship as fast as you can. I need both of you, I think, to make athletics checks to see how fast you do this.
Okay.
18.
Damn.
Hold on, I must move. 9.
9. Okay. You
The
are
sphere is
struggling.
unwieldy. You're working on that. Just throwing crates.
Yeah, so
Like
you're trying to
Scooby-Doo,
roll
like,
this
running
sphere
back and
in.
forth in the background.
Near, yeah, you've thrown these crates into the onto the cargo bay doors. It's a mess. You'll sort it out later. Luckily, these canisters are pretty sturdy. You go to help Shiiro with the with this containment, this canister, whatever it might be. As you two of you are like lifting it up, the ship begins to hover. I will say they are going to take an attack on your ship here. I assume somebody has the sheet up.
I do.
We're gonna fire their laser cannons at it.
I
That is
don't
a 10. I think that
I
misses.
have to do that. That's again. Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
I think your AC is like 16.
AC 16, yes.
Yeah, y'all have a crazy high AC for this ship.
That's my character's AC too.
The sand around it cloaking you enough. They're having a hard time actually locking in on your smaller ship. Their ship is much bigger. As you're lifting this pod into the Velvet Luster, Nerin, you realize something. There is like a kind of a shifting, and both of you realize as you're holding it this way, the pod kind of like something like shifts on it, and you see a piece of it kind of unlocks out of place, and you feel a residue touch your hand, some kind of goo leak out of the pod and like gets on your hand.
We'll deal with that in a minute.
It doesn't
Luckily,
like
it doesn't
burn
start
or anything,
burning
right?
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, no acid. So it kind of unlocks. You realize like the like it seems like this canister has some sort of like lid or something that like twists off. You managed to like jostling it around. You were holding it so that it slid off. You try to put it back on. It's not on fully. You throw it put it on the side. The two of you running to your back to the cockpit. While that happens, we're gonna kind of bullet time this back a little bit. X008. Darkness. Nothing. You remember like getting jostled around and kind of thrown around for a bit, and you felt movement. You thought you heard like voices, like you felt vibrations through, and it took you a bit to realize like that's sound. Like you're getting the sensation of sound. You know what sound is, and the movement's kind of steady for a bit, and there's a long period of just sitting and waiting, and then suddenly the movement becomes more frantic. You see yourself being like shaken around. You feel the sensation of the explosions around you, the shouting, the yelling, and then suddenly contact, like tactile contact. What happens in that moment as something, an organic life form, finally touches you?
Nerin, could I get a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
We're all the DM today.
The flat roll, that's a 3, my dude.
Okay.
Am I drunk? No.
You think you might have imagined it, or maybe there's something like mildly hallucinogenic in whatever you touched. It was very, very brief, but there was like, you felt like there was something reaching into your mind, and there was a flash for just a second. And again, you think you probably just imagined it, but there was like a hypnotic fractal pattern that looked like almost a couple of conch shells spiraling ever into each other with a couple of large feminine eyes, and all of this is iridescently shifting in color, and then nothing. And that's and the goo just read a whole bunch of your surface thoughts and kind of got like a feel for what you are like, and
Yeah. So like right now, yeah, and Nerin has like psi powers, which is our version of like the force powers. We're just doing psychic shit. You have like psi powers, so maybe that's like having visions and things like that from like touching weird things probably isn't like super weird for you. Maybe it's something you could shake off. But the your our goo friend, our goo baby, I had to say on stream at least once, yeah, you suddenly get this flash. You suddenly know Nerin and Shiiro are on this ship. You know their names. You know the names of the two entities that were carrying you here. You know the name of the ship. You know where you are, that they were doing something shady or something that they felt that, like, maybe Nerin didn't think it was wrong, but knows that it was something you should get in trouble for. Yeah, you get the, like, I think you get the context of this present moment and what is going on right now. Like, you know what a ship is, you have context for the things like immediately happening around you.
Okay. So I think the creature is still moving very tentatively. This is maybe its like first moment of like real freedom. So from the sphere, the lid and like flops off, and this gelatinous pink substance. Imagine like a shift between a combo between like a jellyfish and the venom symbiote. You know,
I'm
it's
so
got those
sorry,
like
but when you
kind
said
of
pink, my brain immediately went to tubby custard.
A big
Well, so
old pot of tubby custard.
as it like pulls itself out, the colors are a little bit varied. There's a central mass that has a darker, rosier, almost red center as it's like deeper in, and there's a crystal suspended in it. Kind of I'm not sure. I don't really know diddly butkus about gems, so I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. But like, you know, one point on top and bottom with a center ridge, but it seems to like move, and the facets of the gem almost seem to like shift and separate and recombine throughout time. And as the tentacles themselves are kind of a paler, approaching almost a bluish hue, the farther away from the central mass it gets. And I think it pulls itself all the way up and out of the goop, flops forward onto the floor, and then rises up as its body begins to take on a more defined shape. And chromatophores start to kick in, defining different colors throughout its body. And after a moment, standing there in the cargo hold while you guys go racing off into the cockpit is a perfect butt naked replica of Nerin. And it stands there, and after a moment, it says perfectly in her voice, "Every time." That's all I got for right now.
Okay. We'll cut to that in a second. The two of you, Nerin and I guess you're on the ship currently. You're deploying. You get into the pilot's seat, which kind of like clicks out and folds out from the console as you approach Nerin, as the AI as B relinquishes control to you. And what was your deployment on the ship, Shiro?
Oh, you know, stuff. And I wrote it down. Hold on.
It started with the C.
Coordinator.
Yeah, I was right.
Coordinator.
Okay.
I couldn't think of the damn word. There it is.
All right. Yeah, you find like another console. Like it's a smaller cockpit. This isn't like a big like battle, station. This is another cockpit to the side. Like unfolds out. You sit there, begin to pull up like comms displays and your and a like a readout of the terrain. And Nerin, you're like getting emergency alerts as you're like like missile lock and other things like coming on around the ship as you need to find a way to escape. So here's what I will tell you right now. Technically, each of you has a different deployment. We're getting into a little bit of like ship-based action. Our good friend we'll have to see. There are things you can do. How you want to describe that is up to you, but let's go ahead and start by rolling initiative.
Is that for the ship, or is that for us, or is that...
That is for you. Everybody
Okay.
rolls in. The ship doesn't have like an initiative.
16.
I don't know. 20.
All right.
deployment.
One moment. I think I have a thing that lets me dick with initiative. Give me just a second.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
So for deployments, oh my god, there's a whole thing.
Yeah, basically, when you chose, I assume you chose your deployment actions and stuff. All of your rank 1 in a deployment.
Yeah, I totally remembered to do that.
If you didn't, quickly pick those.
I forgot.
But each of you, the way that ship combat works, everybody rolls initiative, and the ship acts on the lowest initiative for the team. But all of you will act on your ship's turn. I'll roll initiative for the other ship. That is an 8 for them. So as long as all of you rolled above an 8, then we're good.
Yes.
I'm not dicking around with my initiative, and I got a 10.
Perfect. Okay. So that means your ship will go first. Essentially, the way ship-based like actions and combat goes, we're not technically doing like, I should say, this is an encounter. This isn't combat because your ship doesn't have any weapons. Well, you do have one kind of weapon thing, but we'll get to that if y'all decide to use it. The way that this will work is I did put all of the ship actions that y'all can take in the ship combat folder on Roll20. Or you can bring up the Star Wars 5e website and look at it. There are different actions you can take. Most of them can only be used once per round. So like fly, for example, is kind of your ship's dash. You only get to do that once. A couple of the other ones can't. Most of the other ones are like that too. There are a couple like using powers and stuff, casting powers that specifically say they can be used more than once. Right now we're in a pretty limited situation. So what I'm going to do is, instead of like, I'm going to leave you with your 3 options. Is kind of Nerin is quickly surveying the situation, getting a readout of the surrounding terrain. You have a much larger, much more well-equipped ship bearing down on you. You have, as you can see it, 3 options that I have listed. If y'all think of a 4th, you can go with a 4th. I'm sure y'all will come up with the option I haven't thought of. But there are essentially 3 ways to escape here. The first one, the most obvious, is probably escaping the atmosphere and trying to make astrogation checks to jump to FTL. If you're able to get to faster than light to hyperspace, you can run away. The issue is going to be making astrogation checks in order to escape. You have to plot your route. Those have to be a series of checks that we'll make, and it's based on your ship's astrogation. You need a total of like 10 successful checks in order to escape. You can get more than 1 like check per round depending on if you roll well enough. That is going to be pretty tough, and you'll be taking fire while you do that because they'll be pursuing you. So that's one option if you want to go that way. The second option is, you see this desert planet. You see there's a large like thermal storm that kind of like covers most of the planet. But there's this lightning storm that you could attempt to fly into and lose the other vessel. That would be dangerous, obviously, with the lightning. Ship might take some damage from that, but if you can lose sight of them, you know your ship is equipped to avoid detection fairly easily. That would be some stealth checks that y'all would make. The third option that you see is a series of canyons off to the west of your ship. Your ship is small enough to fit in those canyons. Their ship is likely not. You know that if you could duck into those canyons and navigate them successfully, you could likely lose them that way, because being below ground, their ship scanners probably won't be able to pick you up, and you could escape their sight. Either the storm or the canyon run option would give you the ability to lose sight of them, have time to make your astrogation checks, and get out of sight, get to atmosphere, and bug out before they can fire on you. So those are kind of like the three options here. What is near the mechanics of which I will say, if you go into the storm, you'll be taking residual damage, and you'll have to make a series of stealth checks. If you succeed on 3 of those stealth checks, you're out. You're able to successfully hide from them. The canyon run will be a series of maneuvering checks, which you'll get to add your piloting proficiency to escape, obviously with the risk of running into the canyon walls, depending on how fast you're going. And then, like I said, obviously with the just booking it straight to atmosphere, you'll have to just make some astrogation checks to try to get out as quickly as you can. So what do y'all want to do?
Nerin quickly assesses all these situations, all these options, and then looks next to her to Shiiro and says, "Canyons again?"
I mean, it worked before.
And then immediately just ducks to the west.
Okay, you quickly throttle, head off towards the canyons. Your ship zooming down as you're seeing laser fire cutting behind you, having made that split-second decision. So, with your ship going first, essentially what is going to happen, the other 2 on the ship can do, the 3 of you get to take your full turns as part of the ship action. You can use your deployment abilities. Some of you have deployment abilities, which you can spend power dice on. Your ship currently has 4 power dice.
Where is that on the sheet?
On the ship sheet?
Yeah.
It is on. I closed the lister. Top right hand corner. Power die capacity / available. You have 4 power dice in your central system.
Gotcha.
You get to recover power dice every turn. You recover 1 every turn. So you also recover shields and stuff. We'll kind of get in that round by round as it comes up. So y'all can take your turns in any order. Probably easier if like Sita and Van, if the 2 of you, if Rachel is going to be doing the piloting, and we'll be making the checks there, you can do things to kind of like set her up for success in her piloting checks. Or you can try to do things to fuck with the other ship. So
I chose my piloting tactic, and it's barrel roll.
okay.
Can't wait to use it.
I realize this is a little late in the process, but I was looking over I originally chose an operative, and I was looking over the options. All but one of them require the ship to make an attack roll. So,
yeah.
I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do mechanic instead.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
I thought you'd take a mechanic. I don't know why.
I think that was more like my first idea, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So is there anything, but again, you don't have to take your deployed actions. You can take one of the actions from the ship instead. There are things like, I can give some examples. There's things like boost shields, that would gain you temporary shield points to absorb some damage. There's boost engines, which would increase your speed. There would be things like the direct action, which allows you to give advantage to somebody else. There's evade, which gives disadvantage to ships attacking you. Let's see. There's harass. Oh no, that's close combat maneuvers. You probably don't want to do that. And then there's so much of like ready and search and use an object, and you can also just do anything that's on your sheet too.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second.
Sita, is there anything you want to do?
Sorry, it's a lot happening. Okay, I know what I want to do.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So I can use one of my my deployment things. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, deployment. Okay. So this is for the coordinator. They're called collaborations.
Okay.
And so if I can get on the comms, I would like to use overwhelming presence.
Okay.
So as
The
an
doctor
action,
perk?
maybe as an action, I can use for the ship either they're both charisma, either impress or menace, and expend a power die to attempt to charm or frighten someone a humanoid who can see or perceive your ship within 600 feet. Is that
Okay.
yes?
Sure.
So I do that. Add the power die to the roll that I make, and they make a contested intelligence probe check.
Okay.
And so if I beat them, I can impress and they'll be charmed, or I can menace and they'll be frightened.
Okay.
And for us, the roll, the stat is the same.
Okay. Which one are you going for?
I mean, I want to get them off our tails. So I think I'm gonna go menace.
Okay. Gonna try to frighten them. I'm gonna need a description depending on if this succeeds or fails. So go ahead and roll your
Okay.
check. So what are you rolling again?
I am rolling charisma menace.
Okay, so the ship has
It's
a plus three to menace.
But I get to add.
The
What
power
is
die.
the power die?
It's a D4.
It's a D4. Okay. I get to add that to the roll to try to scare them off.
Okay.
Okay, bitches, we're in business. 24.
24. Okay, and they have to make a probe.
Intelligence probe.
There's almost no way they can do this unless they got a nat 20. 18 is pretty high, but does not do it. What do you do to intimidate them?
So yeah, Shiro there was like a moment. It was a little tense. It was a little scary there for a moment, but gets into the seat, sort of in front of the comms, settles in, does just a very just one moment of like centering, deep breath, comes over the comms. I cannot remember people's names. I'm so sorry. What's his name? Captain Dash Rendar? What's his name?
No, Varden Dusk.
I don't know where Dash Rendar came from.
I don't know either.
Okay, he's in there though. And I think Shiiro just very, very calmly, still smiling, but the smile stops at sort of the cheekbones and doesn't reach the eyes. All right, Captain, I'm gonna be real with you. You have a choice to make, and that choice is fuck off or keep following us and find out exactly what we've got hidden on this little ship of ours. I don't think you're gonna want to go there.
You come over the comms and you see, I say on your heads up display, Captain Varden Dusk comes up. You see an impossibly serious looking man with a square jaw, weathered eyes, and kind of perpetual scowl. He's wearing the crimson uniform of House Lil Bannerin. He comes up over the display. I'm imagining like a Josh Brolin kind of vibe to him.
An impossible jaw.
Yeah. Comes up over the display and you give this threat and he says, We'll see about that. And you see, like, cuts off the comms there. But you watch as the ship, like, was coming down, was like streaming in, like, weapons firing. You can see it actually kind of like backs off a little bit. It is not, they're not tailing you as hard. He's not foolish enough to leave the comms open, but you can imagine him shouting to the ship. It's like, okay, let's just like back off a little bit. So, they might have like a warhead or something on this thing.
End of my next turn.
Yeah, he's like, scan the ship, scan it right now. Let's find out what's on it. So they're like backing off to scan you, but they're not. It's going to take some time to figure out whether or not they have anything. You have anything that actually could like threaten them right now. So really good. So they are.
So I go on mute,
frightened.
and then I go, all right, Nerin, let's get the fuck out of here.
So before we get to Nerin, is there anything that X008 wants to do?
Yeah, I think I've got my myself planned out. The naked form of Nerin in the other room walks kind of awkwardly, like baby giraffe legs a little bit, over to a panel, like a computer display, and looks at the information for a minute. Change of plans, and smashes her hand into the screen, but instead of like breaking, it like splorps into goop that then reaches into the ship's electronics itself. And I think with I've got the tech skill, so like that's my interface, right?
Okay, yeah.
So then you guys hear like the ship freaks out for like a second when I do that. I think lights go dim, the engine shudders for a second, but then it comes back on, and you hear Shiro's voice say over the comms, but just for you guys, 10-4 there, good buddies. Have fun doing your murder or whatever. We are weaponless here. Tell you what, we have a vibe going. Okay, meet me somewhere. And then you hear Nerin's voice come back again and say, change of plans. And then I'm going to use the mechanic ability to roll one of my tech die, which is a D4. This is as an action, and the ship is going to gain that number times 50 in additional flying speed until the end of my next round or beginning of my next round.
Good question. Make sure you're all marking off the power dice. I don't know if one of you wants to just be in charge for marking off power dice.
I can do it.
Okay.
Cool. I am also using the one. All right.
So we have two
So
left.
it's going to gain an additional 150 fly speed for
damn nice
until the end of my next turn. Until the end of my next turn.
550 flying speed.
Yeah. That is awesome. Okay. You feel the ship kind of shudder, and then the engines kick on. There's you hear B come over after that. You both hear your own voices repeating things that you've said in the last hour, coming over, or the last few minutes, coming over the display, or coming over your comms. And you hear the followed up immediately as the ship shudders, from B. It says, Miss Nerin, Mr. Shiiro, there might want to look at this. And a comms display comes up, and you see Nerin naked walking across to the engine control of the control panel in the engine room, slam her hand into the controls, and this and kind of disincorporates, and this substance begins to flow into the panel as sparks begin to fly. So the two of you see this happen, though you may not be able to do much about it right now as the ship suddenly rockets forward. Nerin, you feel the ship, you feel this additional speed. You can, so I'm gonna ask you, are you going full speed, full run through this canyon, trying to make this run as quickly as possible with this additional speed?
This has now become This has become the second Top Gun movie. You are
Okay.
correct.
So what I will say, if you do this,
I am
Or
now Tom
Finding Nemo.
Cruise.
if you go full speed, you have disadvantage on your maneuvering check, but the attack rolls against your anything that's happening with your ship, all the attacks will be at disadvantage against you from the other vessel. Which I guess they already are with the fear effect.
Yeah,
that is
he's
on them.
frightened of me, so
So may not have any additional advantage on that, but
I
yeah,
think the idea is like get to the canyon, hit the brakes a little bit.
yeah.
Like, because we're having to like cross like sand, basically like desert to get
There's like
to
a
these
stretch
canyons,
of,
right? Yeah,
desert
there's a
before
stretch
you
of
duck
dead.
down
Yeah,
into them.
so it's gonna be like just full speed there, and then as we get to them, like hit the brakes to like maneuver a little bit better.
All right, I'm gonna have you go ahead and make your maneuvering check.
Okay, is that a piloting check?
No, it's one of the ship stats. I think it's a +6.
Okay. I don't see maneuvering in the ship things. In the
It's the
handouts.
fourth from the no, maneuvering is on your ship sheet. It's a stat. This is an
Oh,
ability
okay,
check for
okay,
your
okay,
ship.
okay.
So it is it's your proficiency plus the ship's dexterity,
we have
which
a
is a 3.
+6 to maneuvering.
Yeah.
So it's my proficiency, which would be a +7.
No, it's your proficiency bonus plus the ship's dexterity. So your proficiency bonus is a +3. As a level 5 character. So your ship's maneuvering is 6.
Yeah, the ship sheet is taking into account the pilot's proficiency bonus.
Because you
Okay.
have proficiency in piloting, your ship gets proficiency in maneuvering. If you did not have piloting proficiency, you'd just be rolling a straight 3 on these. So go
6.
ahead and roll your check. +6.
Okay. I'm rolling a d20, right?
Yep, D20.
Okay. So that's a 15 +6.
That is more than enough. You hit the lip of this canyon, and all of you feel a lurch as suddenly, because you're still in gravity right now, feel a lurch as you pull a maneuver, kind of rolling the ship off to the side, cutting the engines as you fall down into the canyon, kick the engines back on, and zoom, begin to cross through the canyon. Kind of, your ship's pretty wide. You're mostly like banking as you make these checks, or as you navigate yourself, but expertly begin to weave through this canyon, trying to get away. I'm gonna say with a 21, and with the fear effect and everything, that's gonna give you it's gonna give you 2 of the successes you need. The other ship will go. Let's see. The Nitrum will make its attacks on you with disadvantage. The first one with its laser cannon again. That's a 3 on the die. That's not gonna probably make it. Yep, does not make it. And then the second one, so laser cannon, targeted systems, miss. It banks to the side, and this battery of laser cannons now fires raining down across the lip of this canyon. This one I need a dexterity saving throw for. I'll give you advantage on it because of the fear effect.
What's our ship's dexterity plus?
Your ship's dexterity, I think you took proficiency in it. It's a 6.
Okay. Well, the first one's a 17. We'll take the 17 +6.
All right, with the 17, you avoid the laser fire banking around one of the canyon walls as the lasers rain down, rock and rubble falling down in front of you. You're zipping through it effortlessly. That is their turn. As they're firing, you're gaining distance on them. They're really having a hard time targeting where you're at now. We're going to come back to your ship's turn. So either we can go in the same order. Shiiro, what do you want to do?
Oh man.
Your ship also regains 1 power die.
Okay, so we have 3 again. I have a question.
Yeah.
So when it says for the abilities that we can do using the power dice are called different things, I guess. But so when it says like power die location,
So,
So like one of mine says like power die location comms. Like, is that something we can like move them around and like put them different places, or do we have to like have them there already?
So your ship has the ability, based on the type of power coupling you have, determines where the power dice are allocated to.
Okay.
Your ship, you have a direct power coupling, so all of yours are in central, which means you just have a pool that everybody can use. Any power die that are in the central area,
They can go
in the central,
anywhere.
anybody can
anywhere.
use.
Okay.
There are more advanced power couplings, which essentially allow you to allocate one to specific systems when they regenerate. Gives you the ability to have more power dice, but they're specifically located in different areas.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right.
You
Yeah.
are. Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
it right. You can
I'm
use
glad you
ones in the
asked
central.
because my barrel roll thing is power dilocation engines. So I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to make sure
comms.
if I got to that point that
All of
we
you
knew.
can use the central system power die. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can. The frighten ends at the end of my turn, so I
Mhm.
can do it again if we really
Good.
want to like put some distance, because it is like the literal frightened condition.
Yeah. So they can't approach you.
So yeah, so they
willingly.
literally won't be able to come any closer. So do we
Yeah.
want to like really try to put some distance between us? Maybe.
Yes.
Yep, I'm gonna do it again since we got the one back.
We run. That's what we do. We run.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna try, because I can do them. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry, I know how to play Dungeons and Dragons, but there's like some.
Nope, this is all
extra-
brand
some
new.
extra
That's why I
fun
just
stuff.
wanted to go ahead and get out of the way in the first session.
Dude, I had
here.
to build an entire sheet in D&D Beyond for this monk just to make sure I was putting things in my Roll20 sheet for this like correctly, so I get it. Like I know how to play D&D.
It's all good.
Okay, collaborations. Blah, 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 blah. Where was the thing I saw?
You gotta check and double check this shit. This is new, but also not new.
Because I can do. There it is. Okay, 2 collaborations. I can only use 1 per turn, and I can only use each once per round. Okay, got it. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Since we got the one back, yeah, I'll use another power dice. We have 2, and I'll try to menace again.
All right. Go ahead and make your check. You roll menace, they'll roll probe.
Probe, so menace. Oh!
God damn it.
How does a 24 do ya?
It's better than my 2. You you were able to. Oh, well, hold on. Let me check. Actually, they've got
No.
a.
No, I
no,
like
they've
the
got a
2.
0
Stop
on
it.
probe. Yeah,
No.
no. So that's a 2.
Captain, I'm gonna give you one more shot here. I know, your ship is much bigger than ours, and you've got your fancy uniform, probably, and some medals on it. I respect it. But I don't like it. And so I'm gonna ask you one more time. Back up and fly away. Or you're putting every life on that ship of yours at risk.
You see, coming
This is
over
a
the
completely empty threat. For the folks at home, we don't have a single weapon on this ship. The
No.
only thing we have is like some swords and a couple
You have
of
your
pistols.
junk disposal, but that's the only.
All
thing
right, we
you've
do
got.
have junk.
We have junk disposal.
These are
We
The-
throw
empty
trash
threats.
at them.
It's like
we are
squidding. We
raccoons.
freak out and we go fly away.
You send over the
We are
comms,
raccoons.
Yeah, but I say that
Uh,
really cool thing.
and you hear the click of a response, but you don't hear anything, and then you realize you didn't turn the comms off. As you hear, I swear, scan it again. There's got to be something on that ship. I'm not believing it. All right, just find out what they've got. Oh shit, the comms are. And he turns the comms back off. The ship continues to not approach as you continue to flee through the canyon. X008, is there something you want to do?
Maybe like put some pants on, or
just showing my naked ass to everybody over there.
that feels normal, though.
Yeah, that would be normal on this ship.
What? Okay, so let's see. What does it mean when something is referencing our ship's power coupling? Is that like our maximum power dice or something?
Yeah, your power coupling is what determines where the power dice go to. So your power coupling, you'll have a direct power coupling, so it means you have a central system which can hold up to 4 dice.
Okay.
And those ones can go anywhere.
And those can go anywhere.
We've learned.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Okay. So I'm gonna do a reactor boost. I think first you hear Shiro's voice again say, "You all have a pleasant journey. We're gonna skedaddle. We need a pickup." That's Nerin's, and back to Shiro's. We got a vibe going. And I'm gonna burn one tech die. I'm gonna burn a power die.
Okay.
To roll that die and immediately produce that many power dice back in. For any dice that go excess to our capacity. So if I roll a 4, we'll take a hull point, a damage on our hull, and additionally, we have to succeed. Regardless, we have to succeed on a Constitution regulation check, DC 10 plus the number on the tech die, or take hull damage equal to 1 hull die plus the ship's strength modifier.
Okay, gotcha.
That's a mouthful, but
-1.
No, it's all good. Let's just do it one step at a time. So go ahead and roll the power die.
So that's a 3. So we're back
so
up
you go
to
back
Full
to
up,
4.
baby.
full, and we don't go over it all.
All right. So now you need to make a regulation check. DC is 13.
Can do that. I'm just gonna do it from the sheet here.
We have a +1.
Did it roll?
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
did.
it did. It was very bad.
Oh.
It was
He rolled a 4.
very, very bad.
So
Okay.
you take a whole die.
A whole die plus the strength modifier, which actually reduces it, so that's
Yeah,
good.
the strength is -1.
Your strength is -1. I'm trying to remember. I think your whole die is a D8.
All right,
So go ahead and roll a D8 and subtract 1.
It's a 6 of 5.
So 5. Okay. So you take 5. You don't take it from going over, but you do take 5 points of hull damage.
Okay, so we're at 28.
Why did the shield point maximum just go away? Shield point maximum was 40.
It's still there on mine. Oh wait, no, it didn't.
It's
No,
because multiple people are editing stuff on the sheet.
I'm not touching the sheet for the ship.
Val,
I won't do it either. I didn't know that was
Well,
the
I
thing.
hadn't
won't
done
do it.
anything. I just saw it go away. Okay, so take 5 points of hull damage. What's that bring you down to?
28.
Yeah, every time you mess with the hull points, the shield point maximum goes away. I don't know why,
I
but it's
think
fine.
that was an action too. Yep. That was an action. And
Yeah, when I reset the maximum, it makes the whole points go. Something's wrong
That's
with the
weird.
sheet.
That's fine. We'll we'll fix
We
that.
know how
This
many
sheet-
we have.
These sheets are a little weird.
Something is linked on the sheet that shouldn't be.
That shouldn't be. So that's your action, Sita?
Yep. And I think that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Nerin, is your turn. I realize I didn't really give you an action last turn. You can take an action if there's something you wanna do, or you can just fly and move your ships, double your ship's movement speed. I kind of assumed that's what you did last time, but okay.
I was
So-
trying to get to the canyon.
Yeah. So you're in the canyon. You've made a lot of distance with the ship's movement speed last time. You're at 550. Y'all moved like 12 or 1,100 feet last time. You're in the canyon. You begin to snake away. They're not moving and pursuing at all at this point. You're getting a lot of ground, especially with the storm approaching.
This is a good ability I've chosen.
So I'm going to have you make one
Yes, it
more
is.
maneuvering check here.
Okay.
+6. We're good at this.
That's going to be a 17.
17 succeeds.
Oh, God.
No points of damage. You are
She's done it.
perfectly navigating, swinging through here. I'm just going to stay with the additional. I was going to go through 3 rounds of this, but they're not moving. They can't approach. They're too scared, which I did not take into consideration. They're frantically trying to scan your ship. You've gotten way too much distance. You just catch like the briefest bit of like a comms relay coming through. It's like it says, "I swear I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna it just cuts off as you make it far enough outside of range.
The only
You just
name
hear,
he
you
has
just
is
hear, you
Lou.
just hear like a pause on like of like silence from Nerin for a second. She goes, overcompensating things up.
And you are able to escape. You make it through the canyon, coming out on the other side onto this like on this outside of this ridge, onto these like this barren kind of wasteland here. You're on the other side of the storm. You cut up, entering into atmosphere, engaging the autopilot, making your having enough time to make your checks, and the hyperdrive kicks in, and you escape from Borea 3. We are going to take our break there, and we will come back to continue our session here in a bit. Thanks everyone out there for watching. We will go and do break stuff. We're going to stretch and eat a snack and drink some water and all that good stuff. Recommend you do the same, and we'll see you back here real soon. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out this way. We took our break. We are going to jump back in. So, in FTL, you are safe here. You have plotted your coordinates, traveling back to the Beta Cyangalia zone, which is where Taro Tar is for turning in this job. It's going to take you about 14 days to get there, so we have a bit of time. However, before we cut into that, I'm assuming there are some immediate things that need to happen on the ship as soon as you enter FTL, given the information and the video that Nerin and Shiiro just saw.
Nerin stands up from the console, says, should we go deal with naked me?
Any other day, if you had asked me that, I would be absolutely jumping at the opportunity. Why is there a naked you on the ship that's not you?
Maybe the canister?
Is it? Do you have like some weird alien history you want to tell me about, or?
Nope. Not that I know of. We brought a mysterious orb onto the ship. And when we were moving it, I kind of felt like the top jostle. Maybe it opened. And maybe
Maybe it opened.
And I touched it. Just maybe.
Maybe it opened and maybe you touched it. It touched what?
I felt like a viscous substance.
Yeah, okay. Say less. Say less.
We took it onto the ship without knowing what it was. I guess that's our bad.
How bad could it be? I mean, it's got good
It
taste.
helped. It helped.
Sure. Okay. Let's go talk to the viscous substance. You.
Yep. Come to B. B, can you open all the doors in between us and whatever that is back there?
I can definitely do that, Sugar. I will report we are suffering from a slight bit of hull damage as a result of the overload to our capacitors, but I will make sure we keep on course as we continue on. Looks like our new friend is still in the engineering bay.
Thank you, B. You're darling as always.
Thanks, B.
And yeah, the doors open as you head to the engineering bay to meet your new friend.
All right. I guess I'll take point. I don't know. I confidently walk down the hallway.
That, as is Shiro's way.
Once again, one single centering breath. Shoulders back, confidently walks down the hallway.
And we go meet naked me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, X8, what are you doing in the engineering bay currently?
Trying to read every file, like every piece of data that they have, every security camera, every, if there's an encyclopedia loaded on this ship, everything.
I don't know that they're gonna like what's on some of those cameras.
You see a video feed like
Does
pulling
Goo
through.
Baby probably doesn't have like a moral compass at this point, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't
If they're
imagine
looking
he's
at like the
super-
recordings from like when this place is rented out as a space B&B, they can see
Yeah.
some weird shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're scrolling back to like rapidly going through the flight logs and going through like video footage and stuff, and yeah, you see mostly it's your two compatriots here, Nerin and Shiiro, on the ship doing whatever they do, like going from the mess hall back to the quarters,
bickering,
like zooming around the
mostly,
ship.
probably.
Yeah, all like in zoom and fast forward. You also see like other people coming onto the ship too, and they're not here and like doing weird things and stuff. So you get the full context of that. Did my music? My
It
music
got
changed
a
or
little
something?
intense.
Let's go back to this one. Okay, so then I'll repeat. So, yeah, Shiro and Nerin, you enter the engineering bay to find Niren's doppelganger, still naked, still with a hand buried in the kind of like oozing into the console.
Shoves Shiro.
Oh, it's just staring. Fully staring. Hey, buddy.
10-4
Pal?
there, good buddy. You see, her head is still just like looking at the screen, but then like the skin, like the face softens and it all shifts, and instead of like turning the head and it becoming your face, it's just like this side of the head becomes the side of the head, and your face comes out of this way.
The
Right,
face turns, the
Junji
head doesn't
Ito.
turn.
Yeah. 10-4 there, good buddies. And then another arm kind of comes out of the elbow of the arm that is interfacing with the computer, and it points over at the canister, and it says, "The orb, you got a deal."
Oh, I see. Okay. So you were in the orb.
Let's see here. It just says, "The orb for this 6."
Okay. Cool. Hey, that's cool. We don't discriminate here. Why don't you come out of the sensitive files for a minute and let's sit down and have a talk, yeah?
I think the arm retracts out of the computer, and all of the little weird bits sort of recombobulate, and now it is taken on your form instead. It says, "Tell you what."
Wait, am I also naked?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's because Nerin has seen you naked or you've been naked somewhere on camera on the ship or something, but I feel
Definitely
like that's
have been.
happened, right? Yeah, sure.
I live
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, the other option is no, but you've got like Ken doll parts.
No, naked's great. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure we're an equal opportunity ship.
Yeah. Yeah. And your
Raven
doppelganger
liked
says
it.
back to you, tell you what, a tentative agreement. Do you really want to know what we've got hidden on this ship?
Okay. Hey, good looking. Are you hungry?
Nerin's face pops back in and says, every time.
Why don't we get you something to eat and suss out what's happening here? Yeah.
You got a deal.
Okay. Who do we cook? Do we cook on this ship?
We cook on the ship.
Do we cook?
That's up to y'all.
Yeah, that's part of our we chose
got-
the thing.
We got the thing for food, right?
We got the thing for
We
food.
got the food thing.
It's under sweets.
Sweets.
Mess hall.
I don't think y'all got the luxury quarters. Did y'all? You don't get. I don't think y'all got the mess hall.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
I don't.
No,
think
because the
so.
mess hall's a suite, and y'all have force. Y'all are at capacity.
Yeah,
so
luxury
you got
quarters,
the.
hidden storage, med bay, meditation chamber.
Oh, so we didn't do the mess hall.
Yeah.
My bad. It was one of the possible ones. We can cook things.
Yeah, I mean, so just because you don't have the mess hall doesn't mean you don't have a place to eat.
Like a little
on the ship.
kitchenette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like included in the luxury quarters is like a little kitchenette. There's like a
Who
mini
cooks,
fridge and a
though?
microwave.
Nerin probably cooks.
You think?
Yeah. Charlie, like, because she like lived, you know, with like the Night Sister Order, like, you know, at like the like essentially like a monastery, like training and learning and things. I'm
Oh,
sure that
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
at some point, like one of her duties, she did like a rotation cooking. So
I think Shiro would just live permanently on like space ramen or whatever.
yeah.
I have a question for Nerin, because I know like in the game and like the mechanics, the Night Sister is like the Star Wars thing.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a member of, like, it's the only religious order that I created for this is the Magna Terra, which is like they're the closest thing to, you know, Jedi and in this like in that kind of thing. Were you a member of that? Or were you a member of something different? Is like a different order of like monks and stuff unaffiliated with that.
I think they're unaffiliated with that.
Okay.
It force sensitive, but not necessarily like force wielding as much as like Jedi would be. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Can,
And I mean, like,
people that are innately like can use force abilities, like are trained in that, like with the Night Sister Order, I would say, but they're not like major force wielders. They focus on like, you know, other kinds of combat and
we'll have to suss that out at some point.
yeah,
what this
yeah.
universe's equivalent to that's gonna be. But I was just curious. You just mentioned it, so.
Yes.
So they're not like religious.
No. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
a religious thing. It's more like, I imagine more like a group of
A group
you
of
know,
like-minded individuals.
a
coming
group of
together
like-minded individuals who come together and like
They're called
do some murder.
train people who are unaffiliated with other organizations to, you know, be good at things that would make them valuable to other organizations.
An MLM.
An MLM. Except
Just kidding. MLMs don't make you good at anything.
no, they don't. They make you good at being a girl boss
Mm,
and using emojis.
they make you really good at using emojis.
You're really good at using emojis.
Excessively.
And that's why she left. No. I'm just kidding. Nerin doesn't use emojis.
There's a splinter cell of the Night Sisters, the emoji order.
So the three of you head over to your quarters where you have this little cantina to for Nerin to throw some food together. I imagine it's a lot of like freeze dried
Space
material,
ramen.
like
I'm
components.
imagining, have you had that like super spicy like bulldog ramen that's like all over
Yes.
the internet?
Yes.
I'm obsessed with that stuff. We're making that
Okay.
with some like green onion razzle dazzle. Shout out to my favorite TikTok food creator.
We have a single scallion on board.
No, she just grows them in her room because she has to put
It's
them
got a
on
little
everything.
hydroponic garden. And it's
The
just,
little
like,
hydroponic garden
scallions
is
and, like,
always scallions.
That's really good, actually.
She puts them on everything. They're her favorite thing. It's like
Yeah.
scallions and hot peppers.
Yes. We eat a lot of spicy food on this ship.
Yes.
Because she's a trained monk and I'm amphibious. I hope you like noodles.
Tentative agreement.
Okay, we'll find out, good buddy.
Sets a bowl and some chopsticks and a spoon to just doesn't, and a fork, doesn't know what utensil this thing might want to use. So it's like all options. As she picks up chopsticks and sits down. I'm imagining like in our little like suite area of the ship, there's like there are two rooms or like across from each other, and then there's like a little like dining table kitchenette like in the middle of the hallway with like the microwave and like a little like hot plate type like stove thing, like a
Yeah.
little like oven or microwave in the door, just like a little
Gotcha.
like countertop area that's like just in the hallway, like in between their
They've
rooms.
made a little
Mhm.
like nook.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a little
Eating
like a little
nook.
kitchen nook, yeah, with like a little table that they can like throw like maps on and whatever like they need to if they're not using it for
It's
like
also the
food.
war table, but we eat a lot
Yeah.
of noodles at it.
A lot of noodles and rice.
So I think this is the first like the creature's still kind of reeling from the information that it got out of the computer, so it's still not really processing everything yet. It's still working its way through that. So you guys set like the bowl in front of it and it just stares at it and then like looks up at you and smiles.
Nerin grabs chopsticks and like takes like a soup spoon and like pulls up some noodles with the chopsticks and like swirls them in the spoon and takes a bite of the noodles and then sips some of the broth and then puts it back down. It's like an explanation, like how to eat. She's very tentatively like watching this thing, like what is happening?
I think it perfectly mimics you. And after taking a bite, you see it goes, yeah, we have a 5 going. Do you like to eat?
That seems positive. Yeah, I do, actually. Food's pretty good.
Do you really want to know what we've got hidden on this ship?
We're gonna have to program some more voice lines. I don't think you mean that the way it sounds.
The way it sounds.
Because it sounds a little, you know.
The orb. You got a deal.
Nerin's gonna get up from the table
Don't leave me
and
here.
go over to this thing. No, go
Okay,
over to.
okay.
Go over to.
I was like, don't leave me.
To go over to this thing and just kind of like tentatively put her hand out for it to touch.
I think it takes a second, but then yeah, it reaches out with its hand, and just before its fingers make contact with your hand, the finger kind of shifts into the gloopiness, and it makes contact, and then you get another flash of that kind of fractal kaleidoscopic vision, and you see whatever Nerin would imagine as a like perfect form of itself, a like godly form of itself, of herself, is what you see before you in this place. And it says, and you hear it in your mind, "Thank you. This is a much more pleasant form of communication for us."
I assumed maybe you were having trouble in your other form and figured that this might be easier. Um, can you learn this way?
The knowledge is familiar to us, but new somehow. We are remembering? It will take time, but we believe it is so.
Well, take as long as you need. Does she have like, so she's like in this place? Can she still like?
Yeah, you can. You're still.
You're still
It's
like in my body.
Yeah,
It's not like a
yeah.
full like Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm just eating
she'll
noodles.
kind of look over towards Shiro. I be like, it's gonna take them a bit to learn. In this form.
Okay, okay? Is it gonna continue to look like a weird amalgamation of you and me, or can we work on that?
It kind of goes back to the form.
I mean, no disrespect, no disrespect. I just want to know what I'm getting into.
Is there a form you prefer?
I'm sorry. We can hear and understand his words. It is forming responses with these muscles, these vocal cords that we find challenging. No, it will not be like this for long. However, the more that you can speak with us and teach us, and you feel kind of a little tickling around in your mind, it's gently poking around into some more private spots in your brain, like not trying to like really.
No, she doesn't care. She's just like, whatever, open book. Get in there.
So you remember?
She's got like a natural empathy, like with like being a Zeltron. So, as long as this thing isn't putting off like a negative vibe, because she can like sense
The
positive emotions.
You're getting curiosity, and like that's it, almost just pure curiosity.
Yeah. So with that being the main emotion, she's just gonna like kind of open herself up and like let them get in there.
Did Nerin have a good relationship with her mother?
She doesn't
God.
remember. She doesn't remember anything before she was 7 or 8.
Okay.
She doesn't remember anything before the Night Sister Order.
Oof. Okay.
Can I participate a tiny bit? Because I also have natural empathy. Can I roll an insight check on Goo? To get a feel for their mood and emotions?
Go for it. Roll insight.
Is there like a set DC, or should I? I'm not trying to disguise anything.
Yeah, we'll just see what the.
Don't worry about it. I rolled a natural one. I ate my noodles.
Just completely just. This is weird.
The noodles
They're just
are
sitting there.
like more spicy than usual today.
They're just
She
sitting there
put all
going full
the
like
packets
ET,
in.
phone home, like touching fingers and in silence.
Just
and,
like this, like goo is just like wrapped around her arm, and she's just out here like just chilling.
I'm gonna lean into it actually a little bit, and then I'll let you guys get back to your wonderful scene that I'm enjoying very much. But I wonder if there is this moment where, like, for the first time ever, like the tentacles just don't get anything from whatever this like being is, and that's like a little unsettling and weird. So Shiro just kind of
it smells like emotional bleach.
Yeah, and so Shiro's just kind of like, okay, this is clearly not my area of expertise. I'm gonna sit back and be a little unsettled and eat my noodles, and Nerin will tell me what I need to know, because I don't like that.
Okay. I wasn't expecting the forgotten about thing. With your permission, I would like to dredge up a memory from the moment you were born.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Because I don't know what you might have planned for your like, if you do have anything planned for your forgotten part of your backstory. All right, so like it's literally just
It's blank to her.
you experience it with the creature as well, as your eyes blink open for the first time, and you look down, or you look up hazily at the massive, fuzzy, out of focus face of your mother looking down at you, and that feeling of imprinting and bonding. And then you feel kind of a warmth of emotion flood from the creature into you, and says, "What is that?"
Your guess is as good as mine. I think we just saw my first memory from before I was 7 or 8.
Your first memory. You encountered another form, as did we. Are you to us as that creature to you?
I mean, judging by the way that, like, I think Nerin probably recognizes the fact that that's, like a very early memory, maybe like doesn't realize that it's like actually right after birth, but realizes that that's like from when she was a baby, is, you know, probably gonna say something along the lines of like, no, that would be a biological birth. And since you didn't grow inside one of us, it's not quite the same thing. I think you were born before and were freed when the canister opened.
I have found. Damn it! Oh man, that pronoun thing's gonna get me. We have found the meaning of this word. You are not our mother. Is the other one, the red one?
No.
We do not have an origin here as you have had.
Not in the same way. But there's a possibility of finding it.
We would like to know where we come from.
You and me both.
Could we do this together?
I've been very focused on present and future. But there's nothing wrong with looking into the past.
We have much to consider. We want you to know that we are no threat to you. We love you. You may not be our mother, but we feel everything we see is colored through your lens. We hope to build our own ideas, but for now, we hope this is all right. And the creature will shift and change. Val, I'm sorry about this. I didn't think about this until today. So work the character art, but the creature shifts and changes, picking up on some of your memories from adolescence, and also taking on characteristics of Shiiro as well, though, until you're left with a creature with a mix of masculine and feminine traits. A lot of your facial features but the broader cheekbones of Shiiro, the broader shoulders, a more muscular form, but also still kind of buxom, but with a little bit of a twist. Instead of either of your hairs, it has kind of like Val's hair, like I forget, I don't know what it's called, like the flop over, but they're made of tentacles. They're red tentacles, and each one has like a little black tip on it. And also, just because I'm gonna be your teenage kid, I can't do clothes or accessories, but surely I can make bony protrusions that look like eyebrow piercings, or like an ear piercing or a nose piercing or something. So you've got your kind of androgynous punk child.
Nerin, if they're like done, like if they've like withdrawn or whatever, Nerin will just like, go back to the other side of the table and sit down and sit back next to Shiro and start eating her noodles and be like, okay, I think we're in a good place.
Are we?
In
They're
a
gonna take
new
some time to
voice, you
learn.
hear, I think we're in a good place.
They're gonna take some time to learn, but I think we have a new crewmate. Like elbows them.
Okay. All right.
Do you have a name that you'd like us to call you? Or do you just want us to come up with something?
We don't know yet.
Nicknames it is for a while.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I think that's in a good place.
Well,
This is a good change of plans.
all right. Well, we gotta have something to call you. So,
The orb.
yeah, I don't want to call you Orb. Go.
Barbie?
An Orb. Barbie's pretty good. What about Splat?
We'll try it out.
It's kind of the sound you made. We'll see. Names can change. That's not a big deal.
A tentative agreement.
All right,
B
Splat.
comes over the comms and says, I couldn't help it over here, and I do have an idea that may help with some of the communication problems that y'all seem to be having. And over on the monitor, in like this little kitchenette, I imagine there's like a little like couch or something in here too. Display comes up, and the Galactic Telecom Network comes up, just begins to play like daytime TV over in the corner.
Soap operas.
Yeah.
All right, now we're talking.
I can cycle through some channels, maybe find something you might like.
This will give you a lot of learning opportunities.
We have a vibe going. Y'all have a pleasant journey.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, you have at least come to a basic understanding with your new ship friend. X8, you are currently do you want to sit down again? It was just an idea that B had. You can sit down and just like spend some time just absorbing TV and language, and
I think mom and dad deserve a little time to process what just got put on their plate. I'll hang out in the kids' room for a minute.
Yeah. So Shiiro and Nerin, the two of you, you have things to do on the ship. You have time. You've got about 2 weeks of travel to get to your back to your destination. Is there, do y'all want to have a conversation about it right away? Do you wait a few days to kind of adjust? What do you
Oh, I
do?
think this is something we have to have a conversation about immediately.
Yeah.
Neren's gonna go to the cockpit because she wants Shiiro to send a message to Taro
Taro.
Tar.
saying package acquired. Just you know
Okay.
what I mean, like an encrypted message. I feel like that would be in like his purview. Just to be like, hey, job
Yeah.
done, on our way, you know?
If I
And
if
then,
I
Sure.
if
then
I
we're just
can't
chilling in the cockpit.
yeah, if I can't get Boss Man on the phone, I will send a message as coordinator, just saying, hey, got everything you're looking for, you know, got a pretty good deal out of it, and we'll talk about Mr. Lou later. I don't even bring
Yeah.
him up. I don't even bring up Lou. Shiro wouldn't do that. That was me just sort of like talking through it. But yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
we'll
You
figure it
can
out.
you can queue up that message. So the one thing is you're in FTL. Any messages you send, because there's specific upgrades you can take to have your messages sent faster
FTL.
faster than light.
Faster than light. Thank you.
Yeah, hyperspace.
I was
hyperdrive.
going then light.
Faster than light. So
Fritos
you
then
are
light.
you are in hyperspace right now. So you're not able to send or receive messages unless you have, there's modifications that allow you to do that. But essentially, if you send a message and then jump to FTL, you would get there faster than your message would. So basically, you have it queued up. So once you exit FTL, it'll broadcast that message to Taro, and they'll know. But that's an expectation of space travel anyway.
Yeah, so like I'll just like once we're in the cockpit, I'll set up a message that's like, hey, you know, we're coming in hot, got your shit, get ready to meet, just like whatever, you know, whatever. I would say like once we get out of FTL, being like, hey, get ready, the boys are back in town.
Gotcha. Yeah. The only thing you're able to really pick up right now is the broad channel frequencies. Like I said, the Galactic Telecom Network is a galaxy-wide broadcast.
So we do get Golden Girls.
Yeah, you do get that. You do get the news. You get your daytime TV, but you don't get you won't get any personal messages or anything until you exit FTL.
Yeah, so I'll spend a few minutes recording and then re-recording and sort of doing some vocal exercises, and like, I'm not sounding how I want to sound. And it's literally just a message that's like, hey, we coming, get ready. But probably records it like 15 or 20 times, just like, you know, different, like from different angles, and is trying to like get the best, you know, like sort of acoustics in this tin can. Finally settles on something, puts it in the queue.
Gotcha. Very good. All right, you have that. The two of you are in the cockpit.
So that was weird.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, you know, we haven't been traveling together for that long, but I feel like that was weird even for us.
Oh, what? Where I just sort of sat at the kitchen table eating noodles for 20 minutes while you touched a weird amalgamation of the two of us and then put on Golden Girls. Yeah, no. Normal. Totally normal. Totally normal experience. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Well, at least they're helpful.
What? What was that? What was that?
I don't know. You know that boost of speed we got? That was them.
Yeah, okay. I feel like you're avoiding the question a little bit.
I don't know exactly what it was. It was like a weird telepathic communication. They're figuring it out. I think we're just gonna kind of have to see this through. It's not the first time that we've been in the middle of something. We're like, well, we'll just see what happens. I think it's just another one.
No, it's not, Nerin, but you gotta understand how little information I'm working with.
Well, I saw what I'm assuming is my birth, so that was weird.
Okay.
Do you really want that much more information?
No, I just sort of thought maybe you'd tell me what you guys talked about, but instead you're saying, yeah, it's
There
fine.
wasn't
They
really
helped the
that
ship, and
much.
also I maybe saw an image of my birth, but they're helpful. So
That's
do
really
you
all I got from it.
do you
They're
understand how fucking
helpful.
insane you
No,
sound right now?
yes, I do. And I'm sorry.
I've been around for
the-
5 minutes and mom and dad are already fighting.
I'm just asking you to go with it for like a couple days until we figure out what the hell is going on, because I don't know. But I'm not, I mean, you're as empathetic as I am, and all I got from them was curiosity.
Yeah, and I got nothing.
Oh, weird.
Extremely. Little unsettling. Pretty strange.
Hard for you,
Definitely
huh?
weird for me. That's kind of my old thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. There's another option. You could touch it too.
You know I don't want to touch the goo.
Well, if you want to have a similar experience, you might need to.
I don't want to get goo on my hands and see images from my birth. And
Well, I mean, like,
I don't think that's a weird thing to say, princess. All right.
it's not a weird thing to say. It's just the fact that like I can't give you any more information than I already have, because it is just it is on the ship after it got out of the canister from Lou. First time crime lord.
Probably last time. Crime
Probably
Lord, if we're
last
being
time, because I'm
honest.
pretty sure he's in prison now.
Or
Was
no, I'd been
horribly
pretty
unprepared.
surely dead.
Yes. Either dead or in prison. There's two options for Lou. I don't think he escaped that
Yeah,
situation. Yeah, no, that's really all the information that I have is what I gave you. I don't know.
Okay, so you think they're helpful, and they look
I
like
got
us
helpful, curious,
sometimes.
and
They're curious, and
know,
you saw your own
they're figuring it
birth. All right.
out. Yep. So, touch the goo if you'd like to
Why
understand.
Why do you always want me to touch everything?
It's just you don't want to, so it's just a button I need to
No,
push.
I mean, there are things on the ship I definitely want to touch. It's just not, the goo is not one of them.
Every time you're resistant to doing something, you know it makes me want you to do it more.
I know, and... Okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
All you have to do is just pretend to be unbothered by it, and it will turn off the need for me to make you do it. It's not that hard.
All right. Here we go. One deep breath. Fine. All right. I'll think about it.
All night. But so that you feel safe and secure, I'll let them sleep with me tonight.
You're joking, right?
No.
You are gonna invite... All right. You know what? That's your business.
I mean, the other option is we
That's-
share a bed, and you've seen a post to that before this, so.
And now that is patently untrue.
Good thing we have two rooms. Well, we'll let them choose. And I'll leave the option open for them to choose a room, but I'm assuming you don't want them to choose yours. And you don't want them to be alone in the ship, because it seems like you don't trust them, so.
It's...
So I guess the only option is that they share a bed with me instead of you. So
You're being a real little shit right now.
I'm so sorry. Well, looks like we have our I'm gonna have an exciting couple of weeks.
No,
especially if you decide
looks
to
like
touch
blackmail.
the goo.
Looks like emotional blackmail.
Oh, not used to getting it. Only used to giving it.
Legs, you are gonna be the death of me.
Look, you jumped on this ship when we were essentially stealing it. So we're stuck together. And it's been working great so far. We've made a lot of money. Stay for a reason.
Stay for a reason. All right.
Yeah, consider it. Touch the goo.
I'll think about it.
They're adorable. Come on.
Uh,
It's like a little adolescent, like what our child would look like.
Oh, and now we're getting serious.
Come on, they're adorable.
No, now we're getting serious. Now we're talking about, what if we had kids? What would they look like? There's a few steps in between where we are right now and that, but I'm willing to go there.
I mean, I'm the one that brought her up.
Well, I guess we'll see who's sharing a bed at the end of the night.
I'm gonna go check on our newly formed darling pumpkin, and you let me know how your 14 different takes of this message go.
I'll get it right. Don't worry about it.
She'll leave the cockpit and go check on our our sweet little adolescent.
Just
goo
fumes.
baby.
Just fumes for a minute. Like, I hate this.
Shiiro stays to fume and think about touching the goo. You head back where where they are currently sitting and watching.
We are not.
No, where'd you go?
We're still in the same area, but we have accessed like 4 different screens, so we're no longer in the humanoid form. We're back into like the goopy venom form, stretch out like across the hallway, just
Get
like
out of the files.
like a wet spider.
What are you trying to hide, Shiiro?
Like a wet spider.
I'm
So
trying
you're
to
stretched out. You got
protect
multiple
our
screens
customers.
on. You're touching some of them. Some of them are broadcasting. You walk in on this Nerin and see this horror show in front of you as one of the screens that had like the daytime TV on suddenly goes like, doo Galactic Telecom News, and you see a news broadcast comes over the intercoms at this point. And the announcer begins to say, QC union representatives remain in tense negotiations with the consortium over recent demands to raise rates. The resulting elation shortage has increased tensions across consortium space, which Duke Veratio Maradier Ostentia Parathan directly criticizing House Leo Banneran's leadership in these negotiations. In other news, salvage efforts continue in the tragedy surrounding the malfunction and destruction of IDIS' newest cruise liner Starship. The tragedy occurred during IDIS' celebration of its bi-millennial Celebration Amongst the Stars tour. An estimated 3,600 fatalities are expected resulting from the malfunction. IDIS' statement of apology was issued earlier today, announcing the Celebration Among the Stars will be postponed for 48 galactic standard hours. During this time, Mickey's Candlelight Vigil Extravaganza will be held in select IDIS facilities. The exalted Lowstone Zoriark Televariel is expected to conclude the galactic pilgrimage to Earth Prime at the end of the Galactic Week. Representatives of the Magnetara have advised that several oracles confirmed an uneventful visit is expected, assuaging concerns over dangers posed by expected deviations to giant shrimp migratory behaviors caused by the recent solar flares in the system. More on this tonight at 10 with leading xenobiologist Dr. Buck Higgins as we discuss his new book, The Life Cycle of Predatory Hallucinogenic Landwalking Giant Shrimp, The Buck Higgins Story, sponsored by Gulp Bump.
There's so many words.
We can't do the shrimp again.
They're here. They're never going away. They've existed for 2,000 years at this point. They've taken over Earth. They are the dominant species
I
on
can't
Earth
deal
Prime
with the
now.
giant hallucinogenic predatory shrimp again. I'm gonna kill Gubba Bump.
That's the new campaign. We kill Gubba Bump.
Anyway, just a little news broadcast. That happens when you walk in the room.
Darlene?
You see the sort of teenage face, only the face, like a portion of the mask near the center of the hallway forms up into the face, and it says, "What, Mom? I'm busy."
Mom, that's a new one. Everyone's ever called me Mom before.
Yeah, it's
what?
fine. You told me you're not my real mom, but I mean, it's not like I have one, so you're the best I've got. Thanks.
Watching a lot of daytime
Who let
TV.
Goo Baby watch the CW?
All right.
You both did. You both did TV parenting.
we have an iPad baby. It's fine.
You have an iPad teenager now. You've gone from
an
infant
iPad
to
baby
teenager.
from teenager instantly. Okay. Are you good? Are you learning?
Yeah, I mean, I keep forgetting to use the we. We're a multi-intelligental species that seems to have no origin. We come out of a big sphere that says Gentech X008 on it, and we're fine. We're fine. Hey. And the body sort of reforms, like the webbing. The face stays in place as the rest of the mask slurps down into the body. And it takes a deep breath and it says, "We're sorry, Mom. It's just been kind of a stressful day, and like, I know it's been stressful for you too, and I'm not trying to put too much on you. We don't really know what we're doing, and we feel kind of directionless, and we're good."
Okay. Well, we're gonna be in FTL for the next 2 weeks or so. We have to finish the job that we started, which gave us you. We'll drop off the crates that we got. I'm gonna need to go. I'm gonna go put those in. We have the hidden cargo bay. We chose that, right? Or no?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm gonna go put those in cargo. If you'd like something to help me with, or you can keep doing what you're doing. That's also great. Didn't foresee myself becoming a mum when I woke up this morning, but if you want to be helpful, that would be great. If not, you just keep learning and absorbing daytime TV.
Yeah, it's
Also
fine.
an option.
Yeah, of course we'll help.
We will figure out where you come from. If you want to, we just have to finish this job first, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, let's go move some stuff. I'll help.
Okay. Thanks, Fad. Goes down to the cargo bay to start moving the crates that we just tossed haphazardly inside the ship into the actual hidden storage area.
Shiro's had an idea.
Okay. Shiiro returns as they're all stashing. I imagine there's some sort of panel and stuff you slide away, and you're able to move all the crates down into there in your secret.
It's nice and hidden, and you would never know looking at it, but you have to touch a series of things. There's a little notch that you pick up, and then there's a little button, and everything opens on the floor.
So they've been working very hard moving stuff. Shiro's been making sure his coordinator duties are all taken care of. So once everything is stashed away, at sort of like the end of that scene, there's this like loud like popping sound from the kitchen, the little kitchenette, and Shiro shows up with like a big bowl of popcorn.
I think the creatures splat. I'm gonna go splat for now. Splat.
That's what Shiro's calling them.
Nerin, you see splat go, and then like the head just kind of continues up and around and shifts towards Shiro's direction, and that smells amazing. What is it?
It's called popcorn.
The rest of the body kind of warps back around.
But
Popcorn.
it goes best with a movie.
Oh no, not again.
Movie night. Splat, I think you're gonna really like this one.
What is the movie? Like a video?
Oh, like a video, but long-ish, and it follows a story from beginning to end.
That is good, because most of what I have seen on your ship has had little story and not gone on very long.
Yeah, again, you gotta stay out of the files until you understand what's going on. No, you guys are gonna love this one. Okay. It's called Fast and Furious
You fucking knew
Tokyo
it.
Drift.
Oh my god.
I knew it.
2,500 years in the future.
We've watched
Yeah.
this before. You really want to watch it again?
I think it's a good starting point.
You're gonna start on Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
All right.
Shiro is.
Oh, all right. I know it's your favorite.
All right. The three of you, unlikely family that you are,
How did I become mom?
sit down to watch a movie.
You touched first.
The which I imagine you do many times over the 2 weeks of travel, watching movies, spending time
Oh, and
together.
it's a really eclectic group of movies. It's like Tokyo Drift, and then it's like
And then Nerin makes him watch like Death Proof and like
yeah, and then it's like
Yeah.
The Princess Bride, and then it's like it's the
it's like
most,
These are
Frozen.
all-
yeah, like
I
Frozen
remember-
is in there somewhere. Like we watch Moana at some point, everybody cries. Like
Everybody
yeah, it's-
cries. I cry every
These
time
are
I
all
watch fucking
remakes
Moana.
that were done like thousands of years later
Yeah.
with like a multi-species like cast of
Yeah, it's crazy. We watch Mean Girls.
Yeah.
We watch Dead Poet Society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love it. The 2 weeks pass, getting to bond and get to know each other a little bit better. You can retcon and flashback to see if there's anything else you want to do during that time. But after that time, you exit FTL in the Beta Singalia zone. Comms come up. You get the hailing broadcast from this sector. You are in the Havoc sector. You are no longer in like occupied space of any like major faction. This is pure like anarchy and lawlessness here. But you see this sector is dominated by there's a large asteroid belt which orbits a white dwarf star at the center of it. Massive like debris fields, many like stations built on the asteroids, like makeshift like lairs and like safe havens for smugglers and thieves and criminals of all kinds. But at the center of the zone, orbiting this star, your destination is GTF 0 station, a solar mining array that was formerly or decommissioned after the invention or development of Elysium reactors, and you approach this massive mining superstructure, a haven of criminality of all kinds, and the location for you to drop off your cargo. That is where we're going to end our session for tonight, though. Yeah, good stuff, y'all. We will do y'all want to do stars and wishes for this game? Yeah,
I love Stars and Wishes. I will
Yeah.
always say yes if you give me the option.
let's do it. Let's do stars and wishes. I won't call on anyone. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Go for it.
My star is going to go to Asita / Lumpy Space Princess for / Goo Baby / Splat / Pumpkin.
Are we settling on Splat for the name?
That is what Shiiro has settled on. Whatever everybody else does is their business, but
Yeah,
he thinks it's
Nerin is
great.
just gonna keep using pet names until she finds something that fits. As is her way. My star is gonna go Sita for making me come up with a backstory on the fly. That was just funny and fun, and I liked that. Like, I liked that. Like, the second that we like touched, there was like a whole actual like interaction. That, you know, like there was like actual communication, since like the out of touch was a lot harder, and they were only using things that like they'd heard. So it was fun to get to like see that and get like the cool like kaleidoscopic like representation of like what, you know, Nerin sees when she's like connected with them. And I loved that, and it's so fun. And I really, my wish is that I want Shiiro to touch the goo. I want to bully
touch the
my whole next session is just going to be spent bullying Shiiro into touching the goo. That's my wish. My wish is to make Shiiro touch the goo.
He can be bought.
Bribing Shiiro to touch the
at
goo.
some point.
I'm sure it will, but I want it to be on purpose because I want to bully him into doing it. That's my wish. I want enough RP next time that I can try to piss him off enough to do it. Well, I did it. Are you scared?
Well, if there's one thing I can't keep y'all from doing, it's role playing. So y'all.
Thought you were gonna say it's touching the goo.
If there's one thing I can't keep y'all from doing, it's touching the goo.
It's touching each other. And that's
Yeah.
it. That's me. That it's
All
just
right.
it was really fun. I loved getting to meet getting to meet Goo Baby as much as I hate the phrase Goo Baby.
It's growing on me a little bit, actually. I think it's just because
me.
we said it so many times over the last like several weeks.
I know, and I
plan.
love the
It's just,
like
like,
adolescent
happening.
mom drama. It's just so funny. Like, Mom, you don't understand me. Like the emo kid thing. Like, I was that kid, and I get it.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I felt it in my soul. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
As my star is gonna go to Rach and Nerin. For just there are several moments I think that sort of that I could star for this, but for just leaning into it. And I'll just say that vaguely. Like every scenario, every sort of like weird situation that we found ourselves in, Rach was just like, "Yep, we're here now, and this is what we're gonna do about it." And it's great, and it's such a good way to start off with new characters. That I think it's really encouraging to the rest of us to be like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Especially with touching the goo, but you know. Also with everything else that happened with the drugs and the piloting, and yeah, it was a big sort of like lean into it energy, and I think that's great, and it's great to play alongside of. She already caught Shiiro kind of on his back foot, so he's gonna have to return that in kind. My wish, I want to be the cool parent. I want Shiro to help Goo Baby lean into their rebellious energy.
I don't want to be a disciplinarian. No.
Too bad.
Too bad. You're
Too
there.
bad. I'm the cool dad.
Oh
Now,
boy.
look at me. I'm
Look at me
the
now.
cool parent now.
I'm the cool parent now.
I
love that.
But yeah, also I just like I think the family dynamic is really cool and fun, and I want to do more with it.
Accidental family, my favorite.
Oops.
I'm very
We love
excited
found
for it.
family here.
Yeah.
We love it.
Gonna be
And
great.
Definition of found family on this one.
Maybe one day
Yeah.
I'll touch the goo.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll all touch the goo.
Guys, it's not scary at all. I did it right away. Don't be afraid. The goo is there for you. I might have joined a cult, but I don't know.
It's like the equivalent of the dad that doesn't want to hug their child or say that they love them, but they like show it a lot, but like that actual expression of showing the love.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, Shiro will get there because it's not, he's all charisma. Like, he's a hugger, he's a feeler.
Splat's just it's
Oh.
very unnerving.
It's just good. It's just he's never encountered a goo before. He'll get there.
Well, you've got my star. My star really goes to both you and Rach for the parent arguing scene, but I want to especially highlight you made me laugh a lot during that. Just like the quick little what? But you're saying words, but ideas need to be made, please. Like that.
You
that
sound
was
insane right now.
Yeah, that was so good. I laughed so hard, and I love seeing you guys. And that's definitely my wish. I want to see more of the parents playing off of each other now and again because that's great. And whether or not like an actual romance sparks between you guys or not, like the dynamic is already there, and I love it. And I just want to see more of that forever.
Fan and I in a romance? Never.
We've never done that before.
We've
and we'll
never
do
done
it
that
again.
before. We don't do that in any of our other games. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
What?
No.
It's so weird. So why would you suggest
This is gonna be a
that?
much
Ew.
less wholesome romance though.
Much less wholesome.
Yep. There is
Boy.
one room in the ship that Goo Baby is absolutely not allowed to go into.
The cockpit.
Is that what
Yep,
you
that's
call
what we
it?
call it.
It's guys. It's not the cockpit anymore in aviation. It is now the flight deck.
Oh, okay.
Because cockpit doesn't sound gender neutral.
Oh, no, we do have a flight deck. We just also have a We have to end the stream.
I'm just thinking I need to add to this place you're going like a strip club called the Cockpit.
That's good.
That is good. That's a
good.
good name.
Yeah.
Or like the hangar.
Oh god. All
I'm
right.
done.
That's
Women
it.
in aviation.
Kill it.
End
End it.
Thanks everyone out there for watching. This was a good first session. I'm glad that my players seem to have had fun with it. We're anticipating 10 sessions total, so we got plenty more to look at here. We will be back in 2 weeks to continue this. We're going to be doing this bi-weekly. So come hang out with us in 2 weeks for our next session. In the meantime, join us for all the streams that we talked about before. Our next scheduled stream will be on Saturday for the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet. And yeah, we're playing some more D&D there. So thank you everyone out there for watching. Very much appreciate that. And thank you to my lovely players for making this a joy to run. We will see you in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.